put it.
now.
I'll put the fucking money towards the goddamn cake in my face. Let me go full stream.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's got to. Oh shit.
Can y'all still see me?
Yeah, we see you.
I fucking hate you, Becky. I fucking hate you.
I love it.
I look like a goddamn.
You gotta rub your face in there. Yeah, there you go. He got it.
Like
Oh, you gotta do more than that. Come on, bitch. Come on.
Wait a second. Congratulations on 1,000 subscribers. Can we get W's in the chat?
That's amazing. Fuck yes.
I'm blurring out. I'm not even a human no more.
Oh, that's awesome.
You're like a unicorn. You got a unicorn little spike coming out of your forehead.
I got to turn the damn blur off. It can't see me. I have to do the rest of the stream like this.
Well, I'm not gonna. You can take it off if you want to, but leave it on for a little bit. You look like a magical unicorn. It's so cute. And you know what, Gemini? You look really pretty with white eyelashes.
You're a fucking fat bitch.
I'm being serious. See, like everyone thinks I'm a bitch. I'm giving you a compliment, bitch, motherfucker. Oh, now he's got to eat the fucking cake. Well, you know what?
About to eat it.
You know I can't be upstage. I'm gonna be right back. I got some shit to show you guys. Be right back.
All right, Gemini, check your Cash app. There you go.
I'm blurring out.
I love it. I love it. That's awesome.
How do I turn it? Hold on, I gotta turn this blur off.
I know you're all blurry. What the hell are you doing?
It's the fucking because I got so much shit in my room. It makes the camera go crazy.
Jesus.
Shut the fuck up.
Let's see. Looking like a glazed donut, says Minty Retro.
You motherfucker. Maybe Team will offer me a job now.
He wanted to take the bites. He wanted to take that bite. He wanted to eat that shit.
My dog is sitting here eating the cake.
Oh, Becky isn't like what the LCU made her to be. No, she's really not. And I mean, we had a long talk, before I decided to work with her. And she's really not. Like, neither am I. T-Pad says, Roxy, you or Becky ask Savage about TTS. She will get you in the right direction with Streamlabs.
Oh, okay. My God. $20 Gemini from Roxy. What the hell, Roxy?
So here we are. So the second show, the pre-show of the BBU. I mean, first thing first, I give him props. He got a lot of viewers. He got money. And from what I understand, Dick Gemini is keeping that money. Good on him. I really don't know what else I can say besides, like, from what I understand, he can only do an hour for now, and that he may eventually start going for 2 hours. But I didn't notice that even, and maybe just probably due to just, well, no, because this was shared, this was announced. So I was very confused because you would think being Becky and Roxy together, this would have at least a lot more viewers. It would blow up more, but it kind of fizzled. Not really that it blew up. I mean, it did for his account, and good on him. Even still, it kind of showed that they really don't really have that much sway as they thought, and that may be a problem when the time comes, if you know what I'm trying to refer to. Besides that, I already doing these kind of like face stuff with cupcakes or cakes, and I was just like, why? And I just like, already? This is something that you would find in the LCU. At least in the LCU, it would be like you pay a couple $100 or a couple $20, right? This is just for 1,000. I don't know. I just felt as like, okay. I don't know. The money thing was interesting because, again, from what Becky said, they made an agreement that he'll keep all the money because he's been helping her a lot. But it kind of makes me wonder what would have happened if that wasn't the case, which is something we'll get into.
We have a 2-part goal for today, okay? So, in true chaotic fashion, my cakes are already a fucking mess because I forgot about them when they were delivered and they were sitting in the sun. My bad. I have 2 cakes.
Oh my God, I have 1.5K subscribers.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Congratulations.
That's amazing. When I left the LCU, I had like 500 or 600.
Wow.
That's awesome. Thank you guys so
That
much.
is
All right,
good.
go ahead, sorry.
So this is strawberry shortcake. This is the one I think I'm going to take to the face. And the other one, which was unfortunately delivered upside down, was because I'm a fat girl and I actually wanted some cake to eat because I hate if I, whatever, I got a second cake. And it was delivered upside down, so this is what we got.
Okay.
But if I have to do something with this cake too, I'm not necessarily opposed. I might just pull a Gemini and just eat it on stream.
Yeah. Well, actually, you know what? For the cake in the face, I can, because I do got to get my channel up and running. So maybe I'll do the cake in my face on my channel during the weekend while you're having off. So I'll do a couple
Perfect.
streams during the weekend.
Yeah, because it is celebrating your channel, so that makes sense.
Yeah, 'cause I do want to keep the, do both of them. So that'd be cute.
Yeah, I think so. All right. So was there anything else for business meeting stuff? I had more stuff I wanted to say. Basically, it was a soft launch this week. Next week is going to be when we really hit the ground running. I have a busy weekend too, but we'll see. That's part of our goal for today. Our goal is $500. This is another big thing I wanted to tell you guys because I did the math. Not just for me and Roxy, but for the whole LCU. If we are able to sustain $500 a day on this show,
Wait, the whole LCU?
Not LCU, BBU, my bad.
BBU. Get that out of your freaking vocabulary. Stop it.
Muscle memory.
Thank you so much, Biggie Smalls.
LCU, licking cock universe, all right? BBU, big butt universe.
Okay.
Anyway,
There you go.
so I'm sorry. It's like
I'm telling you, we should have did the HBIC. Remember the HBICs? Head
What was
bitches
it?
in charge.
Head bitches in charge. Well, that
HBIC.
could be for you, Roxy. You can turn that into something.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
But I find it extra funny. I have to show this clip, actually. I'll get back to that. But our goal is 500 because I crunched the numbers. And if we are able to hit $500 on this channel every day and we stream 5 days a week, this channel alone would mean, first of all, that would mean Roxy doesn't have to get a real job and I don't have to get a real job. It means we get to do this and follow our dreams, right?
That will be fucking amazing.
But what's more than that, because I'm not a greedy person, that's enough for me to sustain the entire BBU. The entire BBU, so that people have time to grow and I have time to put effort into the other shows. So guys, if you really want to help support us, we're not doing any e-begging shit, but if you...
There are two clips I am going to talk about, but I want to get through something interesting that obviously she is trying to compete with the LCU. Her word, not mine. She says a number of times, but she also mentioned that she's also competing against Fish Tank, and I just started laughing my ass off because of all the networks of all these different groups. You think you're competing against Fish Tank. That is very arrogant to say that out loud. Like most, not even Keemstar would really say that, right? And I think I would say in the case of Fish Tank and the overlapping, like maybe on her side, it's like maybe like less than 100, maybe like 20, 30 people. Maybe in the LCU, it's a lot more. But I don't know how many people exactly. But it just made me kind of laugh. So they said that they're going to move it from... rather than 6 o'clock, and they're going to probably move it to 8 o'clock, which means that obviously their pregame show is going to move at the same time exactly. It's just something I picked up. Now, there are two other clips I want to talk to. And before I go further, the rest of the show was just a slog. Their viewership was just dropping. They started out with around like a little bit less than 300. They went up just around 550 and then they went back down, and then now she's saying that they expect at least $500 a day and around 500 viewership a day. I haven't checked their current stats right now, but it is not looking good. I don't even think they hit their $500 goal. If they did, correct me, but I don't think they did. And if maybe tomorrow they'll, or when this video is being uploaded, technically Friday, there may be more of a chance that they may hit it. But like doing the whole weed and alcohol thing, like that's what everybody else does on Friday. It's something that, a whole over something you're taking from the LCU, and even Savage did all that. It's just like, so you're just gonna get high and get drunk, make jokes, laugh, and just. You may spill a couple of stuff, and then that's it. They may go on a bit longer. But that said. Alright, so we have two other clips I want to talk about.
everything, Becky would not touch anything on her channel.
Yep.
We would start a channel together and grow from there. And then with all the subscribers coming from over here and hers and mine, it'd just be good.
So
I
for
think that'd be
channels
great.
that are already monetized, I want those streamers to stay on their channels. They take the income, and we would, if it's not a joint channel, and I was just redirecting to theirs, they would actually have to give me the money,
Right.
whatever percentage it is, and we have to have trust there with that.
Yeah.
So this really took me from surprise because this is something Keemstar would do. So I'm assuming that, and I could be misunderstanding this. So I would assume that if you're already monetized and you join up with her, you wouldn't have to give anything to her, or unless you're just like a helper or a supporter or something like that. She may direct you to another streamer. It feels like something here is off, and I don't like it. Like, so I guess if somebody who isn't joined to, let's say they are under 500 or they haven't gotten monetized, they get monetized through her, they'll have to pay her for redirects. I mean, at that point, you're better off joining the LCU. You'll get a show, you'll get all that stuff. You wouldn't need to pay for redirect. The 25% is already there. Plus, mind you, the 30% that, so let's say, and I think depending on the agreement, even if it's something like 10, 20%, that's still quite a bit. So again, going back to what I said earlier, why would anybody have to pay? Why would anybody want to join? It's just mind-boggling. Like, at that point, why even join up? Just take the redirect, and then when you hit monetization, just fuck off and leave. Unless if you do join and all that, you have to do a contract, you have to make an agreement. But at that point, unless you're desperate or you're that much of a simp or you don't know how to make agreements, then why even then don't join? I feel like I have a bad feeling that this is gonna end up backfiring even more now, because again, why would I want to do that if I get monetized and I can just leave? But then I have to pay her for a redirect. I feel like I'm missing something, but something is not right. And I think the way she's trying to explain it, but I think she realized to shut up and just keep going to the next topic, because like I couldn't be the only one that picked that up.
But mostly Lynx, Grace, and me. And we actually do it IRL, an IRL meetup.
Okay, but I want to say right now, and I told you in the beginning, Becky, I don't feel comfortable working with Lynx or them or the Thorpes, because when I first started in the LCU, they tried so hard, and they probably did to dox me.
But even it's just a one-off, it's a one-time show. This is not working out. It would be, we could talk.
So yeah, right off the bat, she just made drama and enemies with Grace. Now, in the case of Lynx has said it a number of times, she does not want to get involved. She just does not want to get involved with any of this. She has said it to the Thorpes. She has said it to her people who follow her, who like her. She has said it a number of times. So it is always weird that they keep trying to bring her in. Now, in the case of Grace, it's understandable. And after this comment by Roxy, this sparked a huge fight between them. Now, later on, obviously, Ruby would respond to it, right? And the Thorpes will respond right after that, which I am going to cover that. I will cover that, right? Because after this particular clip, a lot more was said, and there was this whole thing between them. I'm going to probably take that and use that for a separate video, rather than, if anything, I may just use the Thorpes stream and use that at the jumping off point, rather than just going back here, because the Thorpes cover that stuff. Even though we have to go to the Ben's talking, right? Because this started a huge fight, because in the Rocky said, was it Grace and Lynx doxer? Unless he was saying that the people in those community doxer, but neither of that is true, or at least Roxy was saying they try to dox or something like that. I think it was try and not actually try to dox. You know what I mean? But here's the thing. Psycho Mom was the one who doxed your job. But how would Psycho Mom get that information? And the problem is, like, Lynx was already gone from that. So unless somebody else like Becky, but again, there's a whole lot of holes in that. And Lynx is very open about stuff like that. So falsely accusing either Lynx or Grace is just like, and no evidence, it's insane. And Roxy kind of tried to double it down, but it just made it look even worse. I'm like, why? Why would you say that if you don't have proof? Like, are you stupid? Like, maybe like she was implying people in their communities. No, not really. I've been in the dorps. I did leave their server a month ago, but the time I was in both in the Misunderstood and in Grace was very, very clear about no doxing of any information like that. Now you may say, oh, but what about the fat cam? That was already doxed prior to that, right? And that was, I don't know who gave her that information, but again, like, you just made yourself look bad, and and it sparks a huge fight between them. And then, later on, Ruby would kind of got involved as well. Because Ruby would kind of respond to this, and obviously the Dorp would respond to it, and I'm responding and I'm covering all of this stuff. Again, I'll get into it more in the Dorp video that's gonna probably come right after this one, but dude, that's insane. And again, in the case of both their servers, there wasn't really any doxing, and most of the time all that stuff was removed, and the people that did dox were originally from the LCU, not from those two servers, at least anything related to Roxy. So it's like, why make a claim that is so false? You made yourself look like a dumbass. Holy shit. That's all I have for now. Till next time, God bless.